We are Bird's Tender Nest. We have been working on building a SKOOLIE, which is a school bus that is converted into a camper or tiny home. Today we are firming up some of our plans that have changed about 50 million times so that we can start actually building our SKOOLIE. How long have we had this bus? Almost a year. But we are finally ready to start building. There be light. Alright. It is the middle of the night. It's like 11 o'clock and we have decided that we want to kind of do a little bit of the layout shenanigan planning because one of our next steps is going to be putting up blanks into our windows. And what does that entail, Eli?
And bending some metal and blocking off these holes. To figure out exactly where we're going to block off the windows in our living space. At the moment, I think it's just going to be behind the kids' bunk area and within the bathroom and closet spaces. So we'll just have to figure out where.
And behind the refrigerator.
And the refrigerator. So we're going to have to figure out where that part of the layout's going to hit within the bus, within our given layout of the windows. So we'll figure out which of these spaces will actually get blocked off. And
that's what we're doing tonight because as a big birthday gift for Eli, this is a really exciting birthday gift. I really was insisting that we have kind of a different bed. It's been raining all day off and on. It's not raining now, but the water's dripping off of the trees. But I wanted a bed that was not permanent, that we could just kind of use our bedroom as another room to
another living space.
Another living space. But happy birthday, Eli. You're turning 40 soon. I'm going to give you the extra storage you're wanting for water tanks and everything, and we're going to have a fixed, permanent window. A fixed, I'm thinking about the windows. Fixed, permanent bed. So lots of storage. That does mean I get one thing, I think, that I've been wanting, but for the most part, it's a gift for you, my darling. I love you. Hey, after being together for 11 years, the gifts only get better, okay?
Gonna make you do less work.
How big is our bed gonna be?
I think with the one going with the queen, it's like 6 or 5 feet. It's like 16 inches or something like that. So basically the width of these two windows. I'm gonna come out this way.
Alright, so our bed will be up to about here, approximated. And it won't go all the way to the end, right? Because we want to be able to walk around it.
Yeah, I think that gave, it's not much. It's only like a foot or so off of there.
Okay, that's why I'm losing weight, so I can fit around my bed. So we'll have about a foot at the end of our bed so that we can walk around and have space, but with having the bed fixed and it'll be higher up, we'll be able to stash a lot of stuff like water, and like if we wanted to bring bikes with us, any kind of water play stuff, outdoor stuff, whatever, tools. We'll have all kinds of access back there. But we still want to have access to this door as an exit. Then the next thing will be we're going to have a small closet, right? Elijah?
Yeah, that's the original layout that we have here.
So next we'll have a small closet that'll hold ours and the kids' clothing, mostly ours. because the kids will have storage underneath their bunks as well. But let's be real, probably toys will go under there too, so it'll only be like half clothes and half toys.
It's a lot of space. I mean, it's like,
Yeah, it's the whole width,
yeah,
length
like
of their
6
bed.
foot long beds and like 30 inches deep. So
Right,
it's a lot of
so
space.
this will be mostly our closet and probably like towels, right? Like linen in our closet. Okay, so that is going to be, we're buying a drawer set that's 20 inches wide, right?
Yep.
So how wide is this window?
They're like 27 or so, 26, something like that.
Okay, plus we have to remember walls.
Right.
So that's one window that'll be definitely knocked out. And then for our bathroom, we thought we wanted windows at
Well,
least
there's also
one.
going to be, the plan was to have another small, the plan was to have another small section here for basically a utility closet, because it'll house our on-demand hot water heater. So we'll need a small space for that.
Okay. How wide is that going to be?
I'm planning for like a foot or so, but I don't know. So
So,
that's why I was discussing in there, like, this might be where, 'cause you have, call it 20 inches, gives us 6, say you had to lap over another 6 inches, I don't know, to give you that foot. You
Okay.
might cut into this,
but
but
you're
the
not
next given
taking
there,
into consideration walls again.
the walls are, we can do 3/4 inch walls, it doesn't have to be a giant wall.
Okay, so what he just said, because his back is to the camera, is that we'll have about a 20-inch wide closet, and then 1 foot for a little area for the water heater. And then next will be our bathroom. So that will be definitely 1, 2, 3 windows that we're going to be blocking out on this side. And now Eli's gone out into the abyss of the dark part of the bus. What are you counting over there?
Just,
Because next is the kitchen, and we want all those windows.
right,
So on this side then, we're going to say right here starts where the kids' beds will be. Right? That's
Yeah,
where our
there's-
bed ends. Well, we're going to have like a little bit of space to be able to walk past that. So
right.
halfway through, but it's okay if that window, this full window is blocked out. Like, who cares if that partial window is available to us? Right?
This window?
That window can get blocked out. Right?
Okay.
Well, because
So that'll
we'll
be an
only
extra
have,
window probably.
like, yeah, we want to have space to be able to walk around our bed all the way around. So we need a foot extra. Oh, so that's something we didn't take. Oh, this side we don't need that though.
Right.
Okay. So,
Yeah, the bed comes roughly to where the seam is right here. That's at 60 inches.
okay.
You know, that's not accounting for walls or anything either.
Mm-hmm.
But
He doesn't do the editing. He doesn't realize how frustrating it is to like have to cut out a whole clip because you couldn't hear anything anybody said, or make it into time lapse.
yeah, that would basically be removing this anyway. So
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause it'll
I would
only
be
partially-
starting here. Let me figure.
I'm gonna move the camera so that we can see what you're doing on this side.
Yeah, that would be about perfect. So that would be the kids' beds. It's basically, 3/4 of that window, and then these full 2 windows.
That light is like ridiculous in this. Okay, so basically, partial of this window is going to be our bedroom. And then the rest, and then we'll start into the kids' bunks.
And
how many windows over did you say?
4. Well, it'll
4.
be
1, 2, 3,
2.
4.
It's 2 3/4 of this one is basically the bunk area, and then this one would
And that's
be
only 4, and then the fridge.
refrigerator. Right.
So it's actually 5.
What? It's 4.
You
1,
said
2, 3, 4. These 2, and then 3/4 of this is the kids' bunk area.
Oh, and then that one is the
And
one,
this
the
one
fridge.
would be the refrigerator.
All right. So there's your answer, folks. We're gonna be blocking out 7 windows. We
8
just
windows, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, and then for this side, it's closet,
Oh yeah.
and then only 2 of them was gonna be.
I guess it depends on how big.
So it's
we
only
want.
3.
It's really going to depend on how big we want this bathroom space to be. If we have to decide if basically this is enough space for
A shower and
the
a
whole
toilet.
wet room area, right?
Why wouldn't it be?
I'm just saying that's what we need to decide. If
Yeah,
it is, then good.
especially because we're gonna cut this part out, this right here, and we're going to be having a sunroof. What is that called?
Skylight.
Skylight. Skylight. There you have it, folks. That's the exciting thing. We decide to do it. That's what we do at 11 o'clock at night. Because Eli's calling the steel manufacturer company tomorrow to see what they have for us. Supply. They don't manufacture it, they just supply it. So, I'm excited. Whenever he goes to do that, he's also going to pick up supplies for me and possibly one of the children to start working on making screens for the windows. Not the windows that are blocked out, obviously. So let's see. Now he has to just figure out how big he needs it. Plus then you have to count for the amount that you have to fold it into it. How tall is that? It's bowing a little bit. Does it matter?
No, that's all right. I'm just trying to see how much space I would actually need. I'd probably call it 28 and a half, I guess.
Okay, 28 and a half. I'm not writing it down. I'm recording it. And all of these windows are the same size, right?
5 and a half.
The only one that's a different size is this very back one. That one's massive. But we're going to keep that. Wait, then why do we have 2 very ginormous ones? Oh, the front ones.
Yeah, we have 3 of them.
So the 2 front ones are humongous, and then this very back one.
The very front windows and the very back windows are identical, and everything in between are the same.
Even so, we can put the emergency windows wherever we want.
And you are in the middle windows.
Yeah.
Right.
Sweet.
And we'll have 2 of them, right?
We have 2. So we have to decide where we want those. One would be nice right here in our bedroom to be able to swing that one open. And then the other one probably somewhere in the front by the kitchen. Maybe like next to the fridge or something. Not right next to it, but like a window past that or something.
Yeah.
I would say like right in the kitchen by one of the cabinets, but we're going to be blocking off half of the bottom portion of the window. There's no point in that.
So it would have to be either, I mean, you can't do it on the front one, so it's going to be like...
He likes going into the abyss of the darkness.
It would probably be like this window.
Oh, I was talking about on the other side.
I know, I'm just saying where your options are. You couldn't do it here. You're not going to want to do it on these ones because of the counter height. So this one is open and available.
Right.
This is, but it doesn't fit. So it's either there. This is literally the only one
On this
outside
side.
of the bedroom that you pointed out that it would even be available to go into. And, then
And that'd be wasted because it's behind the sofa, like, who cares? So probably over on this side. Right? Over here. Like it's gonna go. Like maybe this one right here. No, that will be right next to the fridge, so next, that one right there.
4. So this is the fridge wall, right?
Yeah.
So these are basically the 4 windows that we have of our living area. These 4. This is basically...
No, the front one's not an
I'm
option.
just saying this is our living area.
Oh, we have to block that front one off.
Why do we have to block it off?
Because that's where the seat thing is going. We're going to build that cabinet right there. Okay, babe. I'm just going to do this real quick. So, you know how we're planning to, like, build it so that it can fold down from the wall? So it's going to have a board. So it's going to be up on the wall. And it's going to have, like, obviously a board because it'll be a cabinet. So let's just imagine this is, like, 3-dimensional, okay? And when it's upright, I thought, like, there could be, like, it could be thick enough that we can have a board that will then fold, down halfway or so and lower, and that could be a table for the kids. But it can also be folded back up. And then when it folds down, it could have another table that's like the full size inside of it that would then come out and go like right here. Like here's the... So it's something that could be removed from in there, but also stored in there. I don't know if that works or not. And that way we have both a place to store it, being here, and then when it's out, this is up. So, I don't know, just a thought. You can tell me if it wouldn't work. I know it would be kind of a project, but, you know, function and a place to put it. Love you, bye. But then I can't look out the window.
Yeah, you don't want to block that off, do
we? No, we'll just build like we'll just have like a permanent thing, or we can just put the window shade down when it's up, right? So it's not ugly. But when I'm sitting in that seat, I'm going to want to be able to look out the window. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even if whatever box we have to put it in, even if, you know, we can try and make it not go up as high as necessary, even if you just had a, you know, framed in area that was covering the window. Like,
do you know how tall it is? It's taller than that window, isn't it? Or it's going to come up probably to the top of that window.
In the closed position.
Oh, but when you open it, you could just have it.
Yeah, that doesn't...
We can figure that out. So we bought a seat for me to sit in for my passenger seat, which I'm not going to reveal that yet. But in order for that to be not a permanent eyesore. What happened, Eli? We just ran out of memory. Dag-dong-gone it, we talked too much. Okay, so there's going to be a passenger seat for me up there, and Without giving away exactly what we're doing yet, it's going to involve building a cabinet for it. So it's not like a permanent eyesore when we're parked and not driving. It'll just be for when we're driving. For it to be open. Anyway, I just wanted to add that. What else are we talking about? So over here it's going to be, how big is our sofa going to be? Well, how big? Let's go from where we were at. We were at the bathroom.
So let's just do it.
Where was the bathroom end at? Okay, so this is where, this window right here is where the kitchen will start. And then kitchen. And then we're doing an L shape. So is it just going to be 2 windows of kitchen and then L shape out? And then 3 windows of sofa. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be like. Whether he likes it or not. Only 2?
What?
Only 2 windows?
For the seating area?
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know if we don't have much more than that, do we?
I thought the kitchen's only going to be 2. Oh, but then we have to, the counter space with.
Yeah, in this layout, I basically have that be in the kitchen area.
Okay. All 3 of these windows. 1, 2, 3 windows is the kitchen. And then these 2 windows, which, I mean, we definitely want to build our sofa over this wheel well.
Yeah, that kind of sucks because that doesn't give you any storage underneath it.
But we just got all the storage of over there.
Right.
And then over here, we're going to have that cabinet we talked about over here. I don't know if you guys can see. And then where these seats are built up, we're going to have a little cabinet, right? Like a narrow cabinet where the TV rises up from it. So it only has to be like a foot wide.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's going to work.
Why wouldn't it work?
Well, if you're in your seats here.
Yeah.
I mean, that means that this is the space that you would have to
put a TV.
TV.
Well, it doesn't have to be a huge TV. We're going to be on the road.
No, I'm just saying, like, I mean, you already have everything going on for, you know, what we're going to need for your seat there.
Right.
And then you were talking about having a table right here too, right?
No, the table was built into that.
Right.
And it was going to go this way.
To use it. Right.
To be able to use it, it's going to go this way. Ooh, I just... So it was going to be, it's built into our cabinet. We're going to have storage for our table that will go into our seating area in said cabinet over here. And then we're also going to have a fold down table that is for the children to color and do schoolwork at. And
do you think we need all this space for the kitchen?
Then over here, we're going to have that cabinet for the television entertainment area.
I guess you kind of do, but I figure.
And I think in our bedroom, on like the wall of the closet, we should have a fold down desk for you because you'll have to work on the road. You'll just have to learn how to sit in the bed without killing your back. Or you could sit with your bed, like it could be fold down and you have your back up against that. Right? We are going to have to figure out a workspace for you. And it won't be able to be up here. It'll have to be in the back bedroom.
You just have to find fun stuff to do with kids all day. It's not on the bus.
Yeah. Well, we'll have the door, like I told you. Or like we talked about, not like I told you. So we'll have the door. We'll have that closed all day. And we'll be able to right? And then, of course, I would have the kids outside as much as humanly possible.
Would you rather have more space as a living seating space or more space for the kitchen?
Well, the biggest problem with the kitchen being that we have a sink, a full-size sink practically, and the oven and stove.
I'm just
unless we go a different route with the oven and stove, but I don't really want.
Well, that's why I'm wondering if
we could sell that oven, but
I'm not worried about that part of it. I'm just are you dead set on having the L in here?
He's killing me. He's gonna change the layout on us again.
No, I'm looking at this now.
Well, the whole point of the L was that we had more space.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if it's actually reducing space because of the dead corner. I know.
No, the reason for the L was so the kids could be forward facing.
Right.
We do need that L.
And that's absolutely necessary, right?
Well, my children being safe is necessary. I mean, children are supposed to sit forward facing.
Right.
Or rear facing, depending on the age of the child. But so yes, I want to say the L-shaped sofa is a definite yes. We need that. Sorry.
No, I'm just looking at everything now. There's nothing to apologize for.
If you want to take away some of we can have an L-shaped sofa and not an L-shaped kitchen. So we don't have to worry about as much counter space. Well, because, okay, listen to what I'm saying. I need to be able to put this phone down somewhere. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see me. I'm going to turn the camera around. Okay, so hear me out. If we have a sofa here, and it's L-shaped, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to have, for there to be a kitchen with the L shape, you have to have that extra countertop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't want the L shape, then you can do that much less countertop. You can just take out that.
You need the L for the back of the seat anyway, right?
Why?
I mean, why?
You can just build the seat. You can build the back of a seat.
Right, but I mean, you're already using that space, so at that point, there's no reason not to do the counter there.
It's still taking up less space. If you don't want the L-shaped kitchen,
you're
then
saying
you don't
just do
need
like a little half wall instead of like the full countertop.
Yeah. Then we're going to lose a lot of counter space by getting rid of that L shape.
Yeah, if you got rid of the L, I would almost say you would have to do it on the other side too.
For sure, we would have to add a little bit of cabinetry next to the fridge then at that point.
So maybe you would do stove over here.
Next to the fridge, and that would make sense because then anything hot or whatever would be over here. I don't know. I guess that doesn't make sense. I just think refrigerators let off a little bit of heat.
That sucks is that, I guess that would be okay. I was gonna say the only thing that would suck at that point is that we would have to run.
Oh, but do we want the stove over the tank of gas that's below us?
Doesn't matter.
You sure?
Yeah.
See, this is I have a fear of exploding.
What's the difference if you're 3 feet more over this way?
Well, the heat's not over there.
It's not going to produce any heat that is anywhere near the gas tank.
Okay. We're all gonna die! I have the same concerns on a regular RV. It's not just the SKOOLIE build that it makes me nervous. Like when we're on our pop-up, I think about oh, I look pretty. I think about that too. Like traveling with those propane tanks on the front of it and everything. And it being piped into our camper. I think about it on the camper too.
Because then you could have I guess it would be like a 2-window kind of section. For
sink and chopping prep work kind of thing.
You would have a sink and counter. Well, that's a whole lot of space for seating, isn't it?
Well, you wanted more seating. You just said that you wanted more seating so that you can see the TV that's going to be right here.
That was my biggest concern, is having something there.
So, and when you're sitting here looking at the TV, like this could be either a chaise lounge kind of thing where you can put your feet up by having that L shape, or, you know, and then obviously it's even better because then, like, another reason I really want the L shape is because, like, we're going to have a table right here that will be a temporary fixture. It won't be there all the time, right? And so we can sit around it and look at each other instead of us all just being in a line of us, like, not being able to see each other. Or we'd have to buy chairs that we can fold up and have to take out every time we want to eat. Right?
I guess there's nothing saying that we have to do. I mean, we don't have to end the wall right here, do we?
No.
We could end in the middle of
wherever you want it, your pretty little face wants it to be. As long as it's not like a high wall where it's going to be like weird, like.
I mean, what's counter heights like?
Well, remember we said counter height. And then we were going to go up to here so that we could have a small backsplash, because like when you're doing dishes and stuff, it's all going to be splashing up. It's easier to wipe down the backsplash than to have to like clean the windows all the time.
What's counter height? 36 inches? Is that right?
Yeah, good. And then halfway up the window. Snickerdoodle, sorry. Right? Is how high the backsplash will go. So that if we want to put the windows down, you have that full half a window that's showing, but you won't see the bottom part of it. Correctamundo? So when you're doing a SKOOLIE build, and you have this beautiful idea in your head when you first start, throw it out the window, because that's not going to be what your bus is going to look like. We've changed the layout like so many times it's silly. Because like you just keep realizing things that you're going to need, or something that isn't going to work how you imagined it would work. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, is that it? Are we done out here? Or do you have another thought on this layout?
I'm just looking.
You change it so much. And then if we need more counter space, we could do one of those drawer things.
That's what I was thinking too, but it's also, well, it's still, I figure out the sink is here, and that sink is like 24 inches too, isn't it?
It's big, but it's not a full-size sink. It's a smaller farmhouse sink, but it is a bigger sink.
But it's in the neighborhood of like 24 inches, right?
Well, if you include like the whole lip and everything, yeah, I think so.
I mean width.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know the width. I thought it was more like 20, but I might be wrong. It might be 24. I would look it up, but we're using my phone for a camera now because we ran out of memory.
It's not going to matter that much. You figure it's going to be that way. So this is going to be, this would be your working counter space.
Which is plenty of space. I mean, if you're
and
realizing you're downsizing, and then if you pull the pull out.
Yeah, it would actually be working out.
Well, if you pull a pull out, you're losing that space, though, so that doesn't make sense.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, if you're standing in front of
The sink.
the sink, this is. Right here, standing in front of the sink. This is your work area. You could have that. If you needed more, you could slide something out. You still have access to all this here. I mean, it's not like you can't reach over there. So you could work here and work there.
Yeah. That's good. I like it.
Maybe we find a way to keep the L. I don't know.
Alright, you ready for bed?
Sure.
It's bedtime, guys. We'll see you when we do the next thing. Eli's too tall.
Look weird now.
Way up. Well, don't make it harder. Alright, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Starving in the schools, starving for attention, killing to be cool cause we're just dying for affection. Starving in the streets, tell me what I'm missing. Everybody's getting back exactly what they're given. Desperate is as desperate does. One step